Hi, welcome to Life Skills with Louie. I'm Louie. Today we are talking about a form of cognitive restructuring, dialogue restructuring. If you haven't watched the introduction to cognitive restructuring, I would encourage you to do so because it gives an important intro to the three types of restructuring as I outline them. And I think that's helpful. There's also two introductions within this section, Getting to Great, which is about building your confidence and ability to give care to yourself. I encourage you to watch both of those, one about mapping your experience and one about responding to your experience. And then finally, there's an introduction to the whole video series that gives helpful information on each of the sections, when to use them and what their focus is. So let's talk about dialogue restructuring. Dialogue restructuring is, instead of trying to focus on accuracy in accuracy restructuring or focus on giving clear direction of what to do in directive restructuring, dialogue restructuring is about over time getting to know your inner world. And through that process of getting to know your inner world, there comes change. There are many different ways to dialogue. One is journaling. Simply journaling is an opportunity to hear yourself and to hear different parts of your experience. And you can even use journaling to have a literal dialogue. When you find some aspect of your experience, you can ask questions, listen for answers. So I love journaling and I really encourage it. If you are not interested in the imaginative part of dialogue restructuring, that I mentioned in the intro about internal family systems, is one type of therapy where you will go inside and talk to parts of yourself that have certain beliefs and experiences. If you're not that interested in that internal imaginative work, but you want to have a dialogue with someone, psychodynamic psychotherapy, a therapist that has some kind of training in that, is going to be focused on simply getting to know you over time, to have a better understanding of you, help you develop insight. And that type of therapy is very much going to be, if it's working well, a dialogue. And so if you want to dialogue with another person, someone who has some training in psychodynamic psychotherapy will likely be helpful for that. Finally, if you want to dialogue inside, there are many types of therapies that focus on this, but one that is particularly up and coming and popular is internal family systems, or IFS. If that interests you, Richard Schwartz wrote a book, No Bad Parts, that could be very helpful to read and will give a lot of information about this specific way of dialoguing. In general, dialoguing is about using your imagination, asking questions and listening, and realizing that you can actually talk to parts of yourself and that they will answer, that your thoughts and experiences and the young inner children within you will give you answers, and you can learn and have insight through that dialogue process. So if this is something you want to explore, I certainly recommend the book, No Bad Parts by Richard Schwartz. And there are many other types of therapies you can explore that also use techniques with dialogue, which can be very powerful. Thank you.